Hi, I'm David Allen here, and what I want to show you in this series of videos is a WordPress hardening technique. And essentially hardening means securing your WordPress installation to reduce it from getting attacked or hacked by malicious hackers. So in this presentation I'm going to show you how to protect the WP config file in your WordPress installation using two methods, using the htaccess and the file permissions. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at the WP config file. I'll just pop over to that there. Now, WP config file is essentially one of the most important files as far as your security goes. This contains information such as your database name there, your database username and password down here. So you've got the password there. Obviously I don't advise you to use the word password for your password. And it has a number of other very important lots of information, such as we go down here to the authentication, unique keys and salts, which I will show you how to use this option as well. And it goes down to things like your WordPress database prefix table. So it's got a lot of valuable or important information that if accessed by an external source, that means someone can get access to your complete website or your blog. Okay, so one of the ways to protect this is by putting some code into your htaccess file, which prevents the WP config file from being accessed from external users. So if I just pop back over here and I'll just go to this self-hosted installation of WordPress that I'm using, and if I just go to the WP config file and type that in. So if you're using obviously probably a hosted solution of your WordPress, if not local like I'm doing, you would, in this section here at the top, if you see where I'm up in the browser here, I'll just do a little circle there. So you would have www.yourwebsitename.com, then you would go /wp-config, wp-config.php. And when you type that in, hit enter, when it's unsecured you'll see a blank page like this, which essentially tells you that it hasn't had any type of security. Okay, the reason we're not seeing anything on here because there's nothing in the file that's called to display anything at this stage. So it's a blank file. If you see this, then it's essentially unsecured. So the way to do that is to put a little piece of code into your htaccess file. Now the way to find your htaccess file is on your main server. I'm going to assume you have a server, and if you have a self-hosted installation, then you would find the .htaccess file in the file folder where your WordPress installation is located. So I'm just going over here. This is one of my crash test dummy sites that I have hosted here with HostGator. I use this for teaching purposes and testing, etc. Now the way to find the htaccess file, and I'll just go in here, is one way is going into the control panel here of the hosting service, clicking on your file manager, and what I'll show you just down here is an important part of the whole equation. Is see this little box here. I've got show hidden files selected. By default, I'm pretty sure that is deselected. Okay, so what you need to do is make sure that before you go into your file manager directory folder and you start trying to look for the .htaccess file, chances are you will not find it unless you have show hidden files selected. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that one there. So you click on go, and this will take me into the root directory and show me all the files that are part of this WordPress installation. And as you can see, just here is the .htaccess file. Okay, that's the file we want to go in and we want to edit. Okay, so I'm going to pop over here to my text editor, and I'm going to go out of the config into the htaccess file. Oh, it's my dad's birthday today. I've already called him, so happy birthday, Dad. I'll just close that off. Okay, so by default, this is what you will see in your htaccess file, and one should be created when you hosting with a hosting service such as, I'll use HostGator as an example here. And what you need to do is add a piece of code to the bottom here. So I'll just show you how we do that, and I'll give you a download link to this piece of protect code here. So all we're going to do is copy this out of here and paste it in here. And essentially what this file is saying is the file wp-config.php, order allowed, deny from all. Okay, so it is protected now. So if I go and file save this, okay, and I'll go back to my self-hosted installation here, and I'll just refresh this and see what happens. Okay, hang on a sec. I think I edited the right file. Hyphen, just hit that. Okay, let me just go back again. I might be editing the wrong htaccess file, so let me just check this. Ah, yes, I am. I'm pretty sure I'm accessing the wrong one. Okay, I found the right. I was editing one of the other. I was editing the wrong file. You'll notice up here, if I draw a line under it, it's got the .htaccess. I was actually editing the .htaccess.txt file, which is the backup, the original version of it before I turned it into an htaccess file. That's why it wasn't working. Anyway, back on track. Paste in the protection code. I'll go up and hit save. Now I'll go back to here, and now that's what I was looking for. So now I've updated that file. When you've protected that correctly, this is the message you should get. Okay, so it says you don't have permission to access the wp-config.php on this server. Excuse me. So that part is the htaccess file secure. Okay, so that's the way you secure your wp-config PHP file, by just adding this piece of code into your .htaccess file. Now if I go over to file manager here, you could do one of two ways. If you could edit it directly in here if you wanted to. You could edit that file. I think you can just go here and hit edit, and it will let you edit the file. It'll open it up in, there you go there. This has got a lot of other gear in it as well. This is in here because you'll find when you're going with a hosting server, it will add a lot of other information in here automatically for you. Okay, so in this case you would just add it just down here underneath here. I'll just highlight it. So you would put your piece of code just in there, and then click save, and that would protect your your self-hosted version. So I'll just pop that in there like that. For example, I've put mine in because I never had it in this particular installation. And then once you've done that, you just click Save Changes, and it's all done. Okay, and then you would close, and your .htaccess file is secure, and it will come up with this information. So I'll leave that one there. In the next video, I'm going to show you how the other way to secure it is by using what's known as file permissions, and I'll show you how to set those or check those file permissions to protect the wp config PHP file on your WordPress installation on the server.